So I did this wedding video for him for cheap, and I'd never done a video before. I never done a paid gig before. And I picked up the camera and went and shot this wedding. It was straight trash. Sorry, Zach. If you don't know me, my name is John Freese. I'm a cinematographer and director, and I run this YouTube channel called JF Media. I also have an Instagram called JF Media, and it's also a business. It's my media business that I created about 2 years ago now, and I started it off of a passion. I started it off of a feeling and a thought, and then I prayed about it, and the Lord was like, you should do this, and I was like, should I? And he was like, yes. And actually, I bought the camera, and I actually have it here in my office still. So right here is the first camera that I ever bought, and it is the first camera that I started using to do my gigs with, to do any projects I could take. Your car needed to be washed and you wanted it filmed for $50. This Canon and me was your guy. Yeah, so I kind of just started having feelings at work where I was kind of unsatisfied with what I was doing, and I questioned if like that was going to be my thing forever type deal. So I just kind of prayed to the Lord. I was like, God, what do you want me to do right now? Like, I want to be successful, of course. I want to have a great life. I want to have fun. But at the end of the day, I want to wake up and do what I love and be passionate about what I do. I prayed about it more and just kind of let the Lord speak into what he wanted me to do. And as I prayed, as I sought, as I was listening to what he wanted to tell me, I kind of got the impression that he wanted me to go pick up a camera and start doing my own thing. Honestly, it's just been great because I truly found out like what my passion is through the camera, through editing, through storytelling, through cinematography, through laying on the ground, getting the weird angle that no one will get with a 90D shooting in 1080. You know, like I had the ideas and the visions in my head as far as like how I wanted to shoot. And I just tried. I just went after it. I just kept trying different angles, kept trying different settings, different lighting and techniques and different things. And I just sent it all the time, sending it. Like I was just very passionate. I woke up from like 5 a.m. and would film or edit, go to the gym, and then go to my job at 9 until 4. And then I'd work after that, more stuff on my camera, more stuff on my computer, learning, going, filming, shooting. But it was all so dope. It was so fun. And honestly, even though I was like going, and I wasn't stopping, and I was so like caught up in the grind of the camera stuff, I was enjoying every bit of it. And that's how I knew that like this was a God-given passion, not just like something I was going to do for like a couple weeks or a couple months, you know, like Fortnite. Hobbies sometimes just come and go, and passions stay. And this is a passion. So I picked up the camera and went and shot this wedding. Never done this wedding before. I am very thankful for Lexi, my girlfriend, my now fiance, who came with me and second shot for me at the wedding, even though I had no clue what I was doing. It was dope, and we killed it. We crushed it. We ate food. We danced. We celebrated, and I made a video. It was absolutely horrible in my mind now, but at the time, they really enjoyed it, I think. So thank you, Zach and Darby, for giving me that opportunity. And if we could run back your wedding, I'd give you like a spectacular video now. And, you know, I know that won't happen, but just putting it out there. I'm sorry. Just from there, tried to do anything and everything I could to make $1 and make my camera holler. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what that means. Shooting cars, shooting gyms, shooting things for $300, $200, $150, $100. You know, it was a grind. It was fun. And it was the come up season of when I was trying to just figure out business, figure out everything. I'd never started a business before. I'd always worked for a business. It wasn't always the easiest thing as I had anticipated it to be, but it was fulfilling, and it was rewarding, and it was honestly worth it. And so, you know, the more I kept doing it, the more I kept going at it, the better I became, the better I understood things, you know, learning, YouTube every single day, filming, editing, I mean, all the time. I'm doing this, I'm getting better at my craft. People are acknowledging the gifts that the Lord's given me, not mine, the Lord's. Holla. And I did not say Allah right there, I said holla. Just to be sure, Jesus is king, not Allah, okay? Just so we have that clear. A lot of people started recognizing the gifts and the talents the Lord had given me, the eye that I had for filming, and it was nice. You know, people were starting to see, people were starting to encourage, my flesh was getting built up, I was getting, I was having to be humble, like, oh, you're noticing something? Okay, now I have the gear, I have some stuff, I have a base, a foundation. How do I make this a living? How do I make this an actual job? I can stop working at my job and go to and make a living out of this. And that for me was the hardest part, because business, numbers, math, it's just not my thing, honestly. I just don't think I'm that smart. And like I went to homeschool and I graduated with 3 other people in a nowhere town, and no, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that bad, and I was kind of smart, but I honestly cheated to get smart. So was I really that smart? I don't know. But thank the Lord, he gave me gifts, talents, and abilities, because I would be nowhere without God or any of the things he gave me, because on my own, I'm kind of a mess. Anyways, so yeah, I just kind of wondered, how do I make this a business? How do I make this self-sufficient? How do I run a business? How do I make money? How do I get gigs and clients and work and, all these questions. So I started just kind of putting my foot in the door, going around to different places, asking people different things, doing some things for free here and there. And I remember I landed my first retainer client, and that honestly got me a lot of connections. The biggest thing that really helped me, though, the connections and networking and the people that were a part of this process, and people who became friends, and relationships and business relationships and all that. When I started realizing that, okay, I'm not Batman, I'm not a lone wolf meme. If you know, you know. One of the connections that I've made has been through a guy who I've been working with for a couple of years now, and he gave me opportunities that I couldn't have gotten on my own. And he gave me places and cameras and gigs and learning and like people. Like, he put me in places and gave me things to help me succeed. He said, you have an eye, you have a gift. Let me take the resources that I have and enhance this, because I see you. I still work with him to this day. He produce, I'll DP, and he'll direct, I'll shoot. But that relationship really set the course of where my media business could go, and where my clients could be, and where my work could come from, and the learning and growth that I could have. There's so many cameras out there, Sony, Red, Ari. I chose to go with Blackmagic. That's what I'm shooting on right now with the Siri anamorphics that I think are pretty cool. And they do this little flare right there. But yeah, I got introduced to Blackmagic along the way. I got introduced to DaVinci, and the DaVinci Blackmagic workflow is what I use. It's incredible. To recap, I got a passion from the Lord, chased after it. I bought this Canon 90D. You can buy it for 10 grand with my name signed on the back of it if you want. And then, I started shooting. I started doing projects. I started doing like things for free, things for cheap. Cheap. I couldn't even buy gas with some of the projects I did. Then, I started getting into some bigger jobs. I started shooting myself all the time. That sounds wrong. Filming myself all the time, and grinding and working out and getting up early, structuring my life and like learning, watching YouTube. And then I met the right people, and then I had clients, and then I got retainer clients, and then I did shows and directed and films and short films, and everything like that kind of happened in the last 2 years of my life. And it's just the beginning of a journey that I know is going to be a lifetime of fulfillment and joy and creativity and passion. And I think through it all, the Lord is going to use it as a ministry, because at the end of the day, filming, creativity, the things I do, the things I love is all part of my life. Yes, but I want to give you Jesus. I want to give you the gospel. I want to give you who the Lord is. And hopefully through who I am, through my work, through what I talk about, and through what I do, people can experience the Lord. Ultimately, that's my biggest goal. And to also own a 1200X by Aperture. If you see this, please, I really want one. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to start making more, hopefully. It's all about consistency, man. I'll post a YouTube video every once in a while, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this tomorrow. Then I don't do it. So we'll see how it goes. And I love y'all, and see you in the next one. Peace.